بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الحمد لله الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد. The peace of Allah be with our prophet. Till the end of time. Quickly let me recognize the rest of the BOT chairman, represented by the Youth Secretary, Alhaji Abdullah. Host of this occasion, the territory where we are in Badagry is under the command of our Lagos 3 chairman, Alhaji Oroko. And we have Lagos 2, who came back to Lagos 3. We have the chairman, so 2 major. So we have the chairman, Alhaji Juma, and we have former chairman of Lagos 1, Alhaji Sheriff Akeke, and all other zonal representatives represent ESCO and members. The National Youth Secretary recognized, and the team of I'm here to represent our able president, Alhaji Ayodeji Abdurraouf, who is unavoidably absent, who could not be today, was sent his apology and is here with us in spirit because we know him. He's a man of the youth. He started Nasfat as a youth and became the president. So be sure he's here with us and he's sending his lots of greetings. So there are the two folds to this speech. I have one from the president, which I will read, and I also have a couple of messages for our email. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A speech by Alhaji Ayodeji Abdurraouf, FCS President Nasfat, at the 18th Nasfat Youth Conference, at April 2025, holding in Badagry, Lagos State, with the theme Global Citizenship through the lens of faith, connecting global actions to global outcomes. Today, Friday, the 13th of June 2025. All praises and gratitude are due to Allah, the Lord of the world. The peace and blessings of Allah be upon our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his family, his companions, and all those who follow his path to the day of judgment. All protocols have been observed and accept his salam. It gives me great pleasure and a deep sense of purpose to welcome you all to the 18th Nasfat Youth Conference, proudly held April 2025. I extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you, especially our esteemed guests, participants who have traveled from far and near to be part of this significant gathering in the historic, symbolic, and serene city of Badagry, Lagos State. The choice of Badagry for this year's conference is deliberate and symbolic. This land, rich in history and culture, serves as a powerful reminder of our past and a beacon of hope for our future. It's a place where we can reflect on the journeys of those who came before us and draw inspiration from the path we must follow. The theme for this year's conference, Global Citizenship through the lens of faith, connecting local action to global action, is timely, profound, and incredibly relevant to the reality of our interconnected world today. It speaks to the core of our Islamic values and the universal responsibility we bear as human beings. It will notify that the vibrant spirit of Lagos and the ethical principles of Islam guide our journey towards a impactful global and cultural confusion. Our youth must rise, not just a passive observers, but as faith-driven agents of change, acting locally while thinking globally. As Muslims, our faith compassion, responsibility, and our accountability. Islam is not just a religion of isolation. Islam is not a religion of isolation. It's a guide to how we interact with our neighbors, communities, countries, and indeed the entire world. Of global citizenship might seem vast and abstract, but through the lens of our faith, Islam, it becomes impeccably clear and actionable. Our faith teaches us that we are all part of a single human family, created by one God, in one state, in Surah Al-Qur'an, Surah 14, verse 13, and I read as follows. O my God, indeed, you have created you from male and female, and made you peoples and tribes that you may know one another. Indeed, of you, in the sight of Allah, is the most righteous of you. Indeed, Allah is all-knowing and acquainted. This verse emphasizes diversity as a means of mutual understanding and knowledge, not division. It underscores that true nobility lies in righteousness and consciousness of Allah, qualities that transcend borders and ethnicities. Our Prophet Muhammad reminds us that the best of people are those who are most beneficial to others. As Muslims, is measured not by citizenship from an Islamic perspective. It's not about losing our identity. Rather, it's about grounding our identity in purpose, living out our faith in a way that adds value to society, protects the environment, promotes peace, and uplifts the weak. Dear Nasfat youth, your role is unique and critical. The world is increasingly connected through technology, trade, and migration. But more importantly, it is crying out for leadership rooted in values. We must be that leaders. This conference must challenge you to 1. Think beyond boundaries. That is, embrace your role as global problem solvers, not just local spectators. Act through faith. Let the Quran and the Sunnah shape your decisions in business, activism, academia, and entrepreneurship. Serve with compassion. Create projects that address hunger, education, digital literacy, health, and security. Engage responsibly. Use your voice online and offline to be rather than to break, to unite rather than to divide. At Nasfat, we are proud to be investing in young people through leadership academies, digital training, vocational empowerment, climate advocacy, and international collaborations. We want to do more. We are the bridge between Nasfat's current achievements and its future relevance. Tech companies in global development goals and at the forefront of interfaith and peace-building conversations. Why not? With faith, education, and hard work, we can be the Ahmed or Adina whose actions spark global transformation. Parents and members must know that youth don't just need their money, they need your time and voice. Ask them questions. Don't be afraid to dig deeper, even if it is uncomfortable. Teach values. Wealth is good, but wisdom, character, and contentment are better. Be their safe space. NASFAT remains a training and mentoring platform for youth. If you don't listen, the world will, and it will free their lives. Let's rise up and fight for the soul of our young generations. We will not be able to save all, but we will not give up on the ones we can reach. They are not just the future, they are our now. Let's not lose them. In closing, let me remind you that every meaningful global change starts from a local idea, a local community, and a local sacrifice. Let Badagry be that beginning for someone here today. Be proud of our identity, be confident in your faith, and be committed to becoming a Muslim global citizen who transforms the world with local integrity and global excellence. May Allah bless all our efforts, accept our sacrifice, guide your intentions, and make you touch bearers for your generations. I wish you a successful, impactful, and spiritually rewarding youth conference. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Raji Ayomeji Abdulwahid Abdulrahman, President of National Party, NASFAT Worldwide. Takbirullah. His President has guided us to do more, to be the global representative of NASFAT. Not just global, that we can break boundaries. And so this presents us an opportunity to do it local or impact globally. May Allah Almighty make it easy for all of us. Yeah, if the organizer permits me to say one or two things regarding the forthcoming NASFAT strategic retreat. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so I'll speak briefly about NASFAT and then go into the future. In 1995, when few families, including our dear youth secretary, put NASFAT together, they were looking for young, vibrant, articulate youth. If you look at them, how old the BOT secretary that it was the youth that drove NASFAT there. So they were looking for three categories of people. Muslims. First category are those that are practicing Muslim. Their parents are practicing Muslim. In their secondary school, they joined MSS. In their university, they joined MSS. But after university, they started working and so it's for that. So it was easy for them to bring those on board because they are already in that line. The second category are people, their parents are Muslim. In secondary school, they say they are MSS. In university, that is their mosque, but they are Muslims. Those are tendencies then to cross over. But NASFAT came at a point where those who are, caught and they found what they were doing them very interesting. The third party are those that they didn't even know they are Muslim. They just wear the name of Muslim. But something tells them that we can practice, we can do better. So it was a very good, fantastic platform for NASFAT to try those guys. And who are those categories of those guys? People that are hard work, they were skilled people, they had good job, and they had relevance in society. And so you can see the thinking in 1995 that has culminated into what we have today. Today, we have bankers, we have engineers, we have lawyers, we have people in the industry. So it means that what they planted is what has germinated today. Now, most of them are above 50.
Some of them are, in fact, our beauty chairman is about 70. So let's project it another 20 years. The guys are 50, 55, 60. How functional can they be in 20 years? So the challenge has come. And the challenge is focused on you, NASFAT you. How do you want your own NASFAT? Our own NASFAT, we enjoy Asalatu, we enjoy Dawa, we enjoy our coming together. We added value, we made a lot of things happen. I'm aware of technology. Phone came in 2001, then there wasn't anything like social media, no WhatsApp, no IG, no TikTok. Now the world is a global village. We have all this. We deploying technology. I'm challenging the youth of today. What kind of NASFAT do you want in 2030? How do you want NASFAT to be in 2050? Is it the same as Asalatu that we do, or you want to add more to it? This is a challenge for us. Our elders have done their best. They have brought us this far. They were this age, if not younger, when they started NASFAT, and it has gone global. Now, sustainability of NASFAT in 10 years, in 20 years, in 30 years is what we are talking about. And the retreat, we want to center discussion around our future, our membership, the finance. What quality of youth are we attracting today? And I can tell you, the work of any society or organization is around the quality of members of that society. The work of NASFAT today is around the quality of members that started and running NASFAT. What will be the quality of NASFAT members in 2050? Where AI will have taken over fully, where technology will have been the brain of activities in the world, where you will not even need your television. Your phone is your television. They are even saying that your palm will be your phone. How do we go? What kind of youth are we going to attract? What kind of NASFAT are we going to attract? I need this for the youth to point out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Takbir. Okay, so the Vice President put a lot of assignment in front of us as NASFAT youth, particularly to the discussion around sustainability of what we do at NASFAT. And if we take a look at the theme of this year's conference itself, global citizenship through the lens of faith, connecting local actions to global outcomes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to quickly recognize the presence of the representative of the chairman of National Council of Elders. We've mentioned his name before, but he wasn't here. But now we are very glad that Allah guided him and guided him to this place. Please join me to welcome to the front National Council of Elders, Alhaji Yusuf Ali Basali. He is represented here by the chairman Council of Elders. We sincerely appreciate you and thank you very much for your support to the NASFAT youth.
Also to join us on stage, please permit. Please. Also to join us on stage, we have engineer Mustafa Arabi, the Lagos Zone chairman.
Somebody can come forward, sir. Thank you very much. We sincerely appreciate you. Thank you. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, very distinguished guests, we move to the next item, which is to get the good and golden message. This time, it's going to be coming from the Secretary, Board of Trustees, Nasfat Water. Please join me to welcome to this podium Oloye Remi Babalola. Kabir.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All protocol duly observed for root of time and so kindly permit me to stand on the existing protocol established. It's my pleasure to be here today to represent the chairman of the BOT, Dr. Wale Olashupo, and also to share his thoughts in respect Nasfat youth, and to talk to the team, the global citizenship through the lens of faith, connecting local action to global outcome. In the first instance, the chairman of Board of Trustees wish to congratulate the youth on this evoked occasion, which has been consistent over the years. And I'm sure you are also improving and enhancing the conference and the impact of the youth among yourself. The expectation of Nasfat stakeholders can be inferred from the speech of the president and the input from the vice president one, which is the need for evolving of new leadership in the society. And this has to be conscious, and there must be a time among the youth, not only to be ready, but to be willing to take leadership role. We need to extend this not only in Nasfat, but also in the nation Nigeria. And we need to extend it not only limited to Nigeria itself, but globally. And that's why some writers will tell you that you need to be audacious, we need to think big, we need to think wide. It is the readiness of people like the founder of iPhone, Joe, is the thinking weird of the owner of Tesla and Andrew that is moving the world. It is a thinking weird that we are now in the AI generation. And for those of you who are conversant with social media, you will have seen some posts where you will not believe that's the person. In other words, human being can be cloned. You can yourself and your speech, your signature, and anything about you can be represented perfectly on media. That is why I said we need to be weird in our thinking, and we need to be audacious. and not to think little of ourselves that we cannot do it. If others can do it, we too can do it. Now, coming to our locality, the society sees the future from the youth. And for you to be a leader, you need three things. You need to be prepared in terms of your intellectual capacity, which is either educational or technical. For you to be a leader, you need to prepare and be ready to be mentored, either formal leadership education or an informal leadership education wherein you attach yourself to some mentors. Is the practicability. You start small from your branch, from your zone, from your region, and even the society at large. These are gradual level of leadership that prepares you for higher posts. When I say leadership, I'm not localizing it now to spiritual association, but even in our workplace, in building our careers, we should be ready to take posts of leadership. Muslims are on a disadvantage, especially those of us from the southwest or the south. If you take a statistic, you will see that I'm not sure if it's only 1 or 2. There's a Muslim that is the head of a bank. Let me limit myself to my industry. That is from southwest. So we also need to, wherever our career goes us, be ready and see ourselves, have a vision to be at the top. Even in the national political sphere, it is important that we participate. We should not stand in condemning. We should not stand in our room tweeting and exchanging information, whether true and false. We should rather be at the action spot. If you can have a 37, 34-year-old person as a minister or special advisor, who says we cannot also be a minister, a communicationer, call on Muslims, our Muslim youth, to show interest in the political activities of the nation, to show interest in the political activity of our state and our community and our local government. There's an idea that says that, Simbe, if you are there, at least your voice will be heard, and gradually you will have an impact. So my one message to you is that don't just believe, like the last election, that is the time of the youth, they just come and give you. Nobody will give you. You will earn it. You would work for it. You prepare yourself for it, and you get it. So I want us to take on this as part of our take home on the need for us to be active for leadership, to prepare ourselves for leadership, and to think big of ourselves and for ourselves. Just like I said, if others can do it, why not me? At least, one child may reach the two and will define. So we must be ready to take that. Issue of leadership should not be narrowed, should think wide. And what makes the world moving is a little drop of activities of everybody within their local community that conglomerate into the global impact. I remember reading Job's book, Steve Job's book, how the Microsoft rather. When he started all the ideas in the garage of his parents, and when he's seeing the vision very wide, he left school without being a graduate. So what I'm trying to say now is that building career leadership is separate, building political leadership is separate. Our activity in terms of our work, either as an artisan or an SME or a micro businesses, form part of preparation for leadership. I'm sure most of us from the headquarters who must have seen this product some time ago. It's a Zobo drink. It's daughter of Ajin Bobo, one of our council of elders, one of our board members. She is an accountant and a qualified accountant. But when she's not getting a job, she just remember that when they are in Auchi, his grandmom used to prepare nice zobo for them. So she started, and gradually she was able to brand and package it. I got fascinated with it, and I started patronizing her at any location. Before I know it, even when you put zobo that is cheaper than the Coke or malt, people will buy that zobo to eat. And because of my relationship in Osho, I normally give it as gifts to them in the government house. Before I knew it, the first lady adopted that zobo that at every function up to today is the major drink. So what I'm about to say is that she started small within her own environment and gradually is extending. And that's what globalization is all about. You started small, you think big, and before you know it, you are all right, all the way throughout the world. And now that we are in the era of high-tech, blockchain, AI, to start your global activity doesn't mean you have to be everywhere. Within your confine of your room, you can be global. For those of us who have gone to purchase or to trade in China, you must have been disappointed or surprised that shipment that comes to Nigeria doesn't come mainly from big factories in China. Rather, they are just clusters of small shops, and you order for container and you produce for you. In other words, a small shop in China is exporting tons and tons of products to Nigeria. To me, that's globalization, because they are able to transcend more than their immediate environment. So that's why I say you think big and say that what you do, make it more standard, so that anybody will be willing to purchase it, so that whatever legal certification you need to do will be done and to meet international standards. We should first not too much about where will I get the fund. Have a vision. Break your vision down to achievable models. By the time you break it down, you saw that your budget of 10 million might not be, you need only cash of 1 million. What I mean by that is that eventually, if you believe that you have to rent a shop, you have to buy a delivery van, you have to do all this, you can send some of this thing out. You can get people who will donate it for you. You can get people who will loan you on it. So start with what you have in a small way, but have a big vision. Be bold and audacious, think wide, and think weird. That is the way to go. We should not be current, and that's why I say we should always be learning and get mentorship. Coming to one of the things, which is the global citizenship through the lenses of faith. We should see ourselves not as a Yoruba Muslim or a Nigerian Muslim or an Hausa Muslim. We see ourselves as a Muslim that can interrelate with all Muslims all over the world. And Allah has made it easy for us, and that's what makes us a better human being than any other religion. That wherever you are, language is not an inhibition. You can always walk to any mosque and take your prayer in German. You can even be given the honor to lead them. And of course, look at what we always witness in Hajj or Umrah, which tells us that we are one. Secondly, is the fact that it is not our responsibility to convert non-Muslim to Muslim. Because Allah told Rasulullah, your responsibility is just to deliver my message, leave them to take it or not. Which then means that when we relate with non-Muslims, we should rather not even preach to them. Rather let them see us in the way we behave, in the way we observe our religion. And it will encourage, it will be inquisitive to want to be a Muslim. We should know that there is no basis for fanaticism in Islam. It is wrong doctrination that we are witnessing and will now be tagged as terrorists, as rebel, as Boko Haram. Almost all of them is because of their selfish interest, because of their greediness for power and for money. When you break it down, you see that's what it is. Unfortunately, the economic situation made them to give wrong calculation to people. I can't blame a poor, wretched, hungry outside, and somebody take hold of him, give him feeding food, clothe him, and start telling him wrong things. There's no way he will not believe that person and see that person as his Lord and Savior. And that's one of the unfortunate things we are witnessing in this evangelism now. But what is clear is clear. My summary of what I'm saying is three things. One is the fact that we should see ourselves as Muslims all over the world and relate with Muslims all over the world as one. Second is that we are not to force people to become Muslims. Rather, we tell them about Islam and let our behavior show that we are Muslims. And thirdly is that our relationship with non-Muslims should be brothers and sisters. Because Rasulullah, I don't know if that tell those, at least one of the caliphate, Umar, that said that Rasulullah keep emphasizing on how to take care and be good to your neighbor to the extent that we thought that he will even say that when we are doing our will, it should be part of it. That's to show the extent in which neighbors should be treated. And he did not say Muslim people, he said neighbors, which means that we should relate with non-Muslims as we. If we could do those three things, not only that Islam will be better and beautiful, we also see more comfort. So that's what we witness even after the 9/11. Notwithstanding that they are trying to take us, but we now saw that people are more interested in religion and no more, and people are now converting to Islam. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my own input as I was drafted to talk to the team. Without preparation, you bear with me, you allow me to make those one or two mistakes, but it thought-provoking issues that I think you should take home on what I have said. Finally, I would extend the good facilitation of the chairman of BOT to all of you, to wish you a successful conference, and to pray that Almighty Allah will return all of us back to our destination after the end of the conference. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, that's a little bit cold. Okay, we need to ask Christ and get us to a little bit to the chart. We'll take a very short minute as well to get us back into the acting of vibrant mode. Please join me to welcome our stars as we lead us in that very short session of Asalatu.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وأنت الوجوه للحي القيوم وقد خاب من حمل ظلما ومن يعمل من الصالحات وهو مؤمن فلا يخاف ظلما ولا هدما يا قيوم على لا تدخلوا يا قيوم ọkàn ṣoṣo làlá òwà yá ìyá pẹ̀lú ọmọ alá. Lómi ó yá ìyá pẹ̀lú ọmọ alá. Ọ̀gá tó lọ́jọ́ gbogbo yá ìyá pẹ̀lú ọmọ alá. Kábíyèsí ọba olúwa.